Hi, everyone. So, who's autistic this week? Nobody asked. Well, I don't have any new candidates. I think I did like a few days ago, but maybe I forgot. Um, I still think it's Claire Danes. I think I talked about her before. Um, it's hard to explain. I've seen her in interviews. I've read stuff about her. I've seen stuff that she's like said and posted, and I don't know. I still think she's autistic. I've never really cared for Claire Danes because I find her characters annoying. And so I'm sitting there here last night watching. I was binging The Beast in Me on Netflix, and it's so good. And I was like, oh my God, I'm actually not annoyed by her in this movie. Nor was I annoyed by the one where she played Temple Grandin. I think the movie was just called Temple, maybe. I really liked how she did that. Even though I don't care for Temple Grandin, um, I think that she did a phenomenal performance. Or what do you call that? Imitation? I don't fucking know. But I think she did it really good. That's the words that I have to use right now. Um, and so like I'm watching this show and I'm like, I realized not that it's news to everybody, but like maybe to me, as I was like, I don't really care for her because she plays the same types of characters, like um troubled, um one mental breakdown from like visiting a padded room. Like that tends to be the character that I guess that she's drawn to. And I loved Homeland except for her. Um Which is terrible because she was like the main character, one of the main characters, but geez, was she so fucking annoying on Homeland. Like every time, like I don't, not every time, but like most of the time, like this character just looked like she was on the edge of jumping off a fucking cliff or something. Like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh no, oh no. And like, mental health stuff. Anyways, so, and I'm not bashing on actors that take the same role. I think I finally understand it now. And I was like, what would I do if I were acting? And, because I know that each new role, it requires like research and depending on like the status of whatever it is that you're filming, B-side movie or not. Um, what was I saying? Oh shit, I forgot. Similar roles, different roles. Oh, I think I was trying to say something like I've read stuff over the years about how some actors would like lose their sense of identity because of all the different characters they were playing. Like maybe one year you're um well, I think sorry about the talking. No, I'm not sorry. I'm sorry about well, I can't control this disconnection between my brain and my mouth. You're used to it. Unless you're new, then welcome. But I think Kristen Stewart, who I used to think was a good actress, and now I realize, no, I mean, not as much as I thought that she was. And she would take on like usually she played moody characters, but like she had said something about when she was researching for the Princess Diana role that she did, she like would become the character. And then I remember doing more research on different actors, and it's like they consume themselves with this character. They start like if the character is like British or something like that, they will only talk in like a British accent. Um, like even in their personal lives, like all the time until that movie's done or something, or they're done filming. And it's very strange to me, but also it's pretty cool because, you know, like getting to research somebody and know everything about them and being able to prepare yourself for like a role like that. Um, it's pretty cool. What was I even fucking saying, man? Anyways, I think if I were an actor, I would go for the same type of roles because I would be afraid of losing my identity. I don't even know what the fuck I started talking about. Like, this is crazy. Um, oh, Claire Danes. Yeah, so this was like this a similar form of the character that she tends to like to play, and I actually didn't mind it so much. Um, okay, well, I said all that. I still think she's autistic. And also, like, you know that bald dude? If anybody has seen like Breaking Bad or like this been this the Beast in Me, you know that big old bald dude that talks so deeply in such a deep voice. And he plays the same kinds of characters throughout his travels in the industry. So, I don't know. I guess I was starting off with who's still autistic this week, so I'm gonna go with like I still think, or no, who is autistic this week? Woof! I'll explain my brain soon. Um, and also, so like I am so behind on Maya and Bialik's breakdown podcast episodes. Like things have gotten a bit busy, and like her episodes are so fucking long, like an hour, hour and a half. I'm like almost 2 hours. Like what the fuck? Do you know how to edit? Like can't you trim these shows down? Because they're so long, and I only like, I don't like such long podcast episodes. And anyways, so I haven't heard anything about her coming to terms with the fact that she's autistic, so she might not realize it. However, on my phone, because I do the notifications for new podcast episodes whenever they drop, and I saw one come across my screen that said like something about 20 signs you might be neurodivergent, and something about like dangers of online self-diagnosis. And I am like, my first reaction was, are you fucking serious? It wasn't like, oh, did you finally figure it out? Like, did she? Somebody tell me, because I don't know that I'll listen to that episode. I don't know. I feel like I'm turning on Mayim. Can't you tell? Like, why are you talking about all of this shit when you are neurodivergent yourself? Why are you saying that there's dangers of online self-diagnosis? I feel like, yeah, I can see, like, I've heard the risks and blah, 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 blah. And, that's like if you're doubtful, like if you're really, oh, I'm not sure. Am I autistic? And you just keep struggling with a doubt because there are people like that and there's nothing wrong with it. Then you seek a diagnosis or something. I don't know. I probably shouldn't comment on an episode I didn't listen to, but I'm like, excuse me. Number one, why are you only using the word diagnosis? Like self-diagnosis? Um, Newsflash, like you cannot diagnose yourself. You are not a medical professional. You know what I mean? Like that's why I always believe in using like self-identify or yeah, like self-identification. I self-identified as I self-identify as autistic. Um, what was I saying? Oh, so there's nothing wrong with that, but then I guess like I mean, I was I had very little doubt when I discovered this. Like very little doubt. It just felt like a paradigm shift. That's how I know it was correct for me. But anyways, like what the fuck are you talking about on that episode, Mayim? Like, can't you just somebody tell her she's autistic? You're like, it's in your face, bitch. It's in your face all the time. Neurodivergent spectrum. You talk about like you're saying the word autistic more often, at least from the last time I listened to her episodes. This is so frustrating. Yeah, it's not my business. I know. It's her life. Blah, 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 blah. Um, I'm gonna move on now. Pretty soon. I feel anxious, if you can't tell, because pretty soon I have to go drive in the fucking dark because my wife is doing ketamine therapy, something with like a group session ketamine therapy. It's like an all day thing. And one of our friends took her in the morning because she had to go super early. So she just asked one of our friends to take her. And I guess so that I didn't have to get up early. But I do have to pick her up. And this is where I'm like, damn it. I'm always so joyful about the fact that it's dark by like 4:30 now. But also, I forget that there are times I'm gonna have to drive in the dark, and I'm not good at it. I feel totally blind. Like I've had like my eyesight, like glasses. I have, it's just weird night blindness. I've tried all kinds of things, like different kinds of lenses, special glasses you put on when you're driving at night, reflector thing. Like it just doesn't work. Like I'm so fucking blind. I drive a lot slower in the dark. Not to mention, like, I can't see the cops in the dark, so I don't really speed because I won't be able to see them and then slow down before I approach them, which I don't recommend doing. Um, unless you want to. But anyways, so I'm really nervous about that. It has been so long. I think it was like a couple weeks ago. I drove at night and it was just going across the street to like Walgreens, I think it was, or the Dollar Tree was one of those. That's nothing. It's so lighted around here. There's so many street lights, like not a problem. Um, but I'm going in like rush hour traffic bullshit, people driving like dumbasses, and then like I don't know, I'm so nervous. What have I become? I used to do this shit all the fucking time, and just because I was like, oh, you have to. And then when you tell yourself you have to do something, like you just kind of have to, you just do it because you don't feel like there's another choice. And like, what am I talking about? I don't like driving at night. I hate it. So I'm feeling very anxious. What else has been going on that could be autistic? Um, I saw the lady doctor yesterday, the one that did my surgery to remove my ginormous bowling ball baby 3 years ago, and also gave me a hysterectomy, which was, oh, chef's kiss to that. That's the best gift I have ever been given is a hysterectomy. Oh, I'm so grateful. Every single day, I'm like, thank goodness. Thank goodness I got all of those parts out of me because I don't feel like a monster anymore. Um, and I have to see her every 6 months. And like the last two or three times, it's been somebody different. Nobody gives me an explanation. I think I asked one time, and they said something. I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't a real explanation. And I remember thinking, like, you don't even understand, like, how important it is that, yeah, I want to meet with the same person. And then if you're gonna put me with somebody else for whatever reason, can you not give me a heads up? They never fucking give me a heads up. So I finally saw her yesterday, Dr. Roy. And oh, hold on. Sorry about that. My anxiety is causing um, lots of things to go wrong in my brain and body. Anyways, so it was like one of the better visits because like right away she had somebody come in with her, like the helper, like for women or who people who identify with women or of women. I don't know what I'm saying. Do you know like how when they have to stick that fucking speculum up your pussy and sorry, I don't care how I talk. Um, when they stick it up there and then they have to have like a witness, and every single time throughout my life, like pap smears, this thing, where they have to check my cooter every fucking 6 months. They have to bring that person in to like be a second pair of eyes. Like I call them witnesses, so like nothing bad happens, and it's she said with like doctor and patient, like I get why they bring the other person in if you're doing something private like that, but I have never enjoyed the fact that like I don't even like that one person's looking in there, but you bring this fucking spectator and they're just standing behind the doctor staring at your fucking cooter, like watching what the doctor's doing. Like I hate that. Why? Why are you looking at my cooter? Can you not just be in the room and like if something goes on, like I'll say something? Like what the fuck? So anyways, that's been my experience all my life until yesterday where Dr. Ward came in immediately with the witness who was just another like tech or something, and asked me some questions and then got down to business, which is the part that I hate the most because it's so fucking invasive. Like, who likes that? I don't know anybody that's ever said, I love pap smears. I love when they stick that big old speculum up my cooter because it hurts so much. Like, who says that? Nobody enjoys this shit. And so, for the first time, Dr. Roy did what she usually does to check to make sure things are okay. And the witness was just like typing on the computer, like notes and stuff that the doctor was saying, and wasn't really like, wasn't staring at my cooter. It was fabulous. I realized I was probably spent 5 minutes talking just about that. It was fabulous. It was like, oh my God, thank goodness. I hate it. I hate that. Um, and then Dr. Roy goes, so how's the increase of 2 milligrams of estradiol? I just call it estrogen because I have a hard time saying estradiol, diol. I don't know what it's estrogen. So she's like, how's the increase been going? And I said, it's going great. I was so excited. I was like, I only barf once or twice a week in the spring and summer now. Um, or no, I wasn't saying I was excited about that part. I was said I only barf once or twice a week in the hot weather, and in the fall and winter I don't really barf like a whole lot. And I was like, it is fabulous because my mind goes back to like how terrible that first year was, first year and a half maybe. um I could be wrong with the time, but it was like it was at least a year where that 1 milligram of estrogen was just not cutting it for my body. It was like everything was out of whack all the time. Everything was just fucked up all the time. Temperature issues like you wouldn't believe. And so in my mind, I was like, this is the best that I only barf like once or twice a week. And then I saw the look on her face, and it wasn't judgmental. It was more like, oh, like I guess she's trying to figure out how is that positive. I don't know. It was amusing to me, especially when she didn't ask a follow-up. I'm like, okay, is this normal? Do you usually hear this from people? Like, anyways, she must, because a lot of people who've had hysterectomy, well, I don't know if it's a lot. I'm not good with numbers, but there are people like me who take anti-nausea meds when we need them because of stuff that I don't know how to explain properly. But anyways, good visit there. Alicia was very helpful, bringing me like usual. And then, like, the doctor goes, so did you get that mammogram we talked about? And I don't remember talking about a mammogram. I forgot it. I know I need to get one. I've never had one. Maybe I had one in the military, but maybe I thought that was something else. I remember a time where my boobs got squeezed by a machine. I don't know what that was all about. It's in the military, so who knows? It could be part of like their cult experience. I don't know. Maybe they put some chip in my titty or something. So what was I talking about? Oh, so she asked about that, and I said no. And my excuse, which is like legit, but also I could have gotten one. I just told her that like I'm leaving in the VA and I am going to find a doctor somewhere else. I just haven't started looking yet. I didn't say that part. And so she was like, okay. And she's like asking about blood work. I was like, I haven't been to see my doctor in a while. So she wanted to check cholesterol and some kidney, something else. I don't remember. And so they do lab work right there. And I was like, okay. So I just had to go down the hall. And this lady approaches me and she's like, hi. And so it was super sunny yesterday. I was so blind walking outside. I felt like a vampire just about to poof into dust. And I hated the sun. Just walking from the parking garage to the hospital thingy, blind. And I don't have prescription sunglasses or anything like that. And also, it has been cloudy for days. Oh, for days, so much clouds, rain, some snow. It's just beautiful. And then the sun comes out. And I was just like actively hating the sun that day because I hadn't seen it in a while. And so she's the lady that's going to take my blood, and she comes up all cheerful and she's like pointing outside like the big old windows, and she's like, I hope that ray of sunshine doesn't go away for like at least an hour or something, like she said something like that. And as soon as I heard her like happiness about sun, I was like, ew. And she was confused and she just stopped. I was like, sorry. I don't share in your enthusiasm for the sun. I have seasonal affect. But the opposite. Like, I love no sun. I hate the sun. And she goes, "Oh." And then, like, it was as though I offended her in some way or deflated her fucking sun balloon because she just seems like actually like bothered by what I said. And I was like, what the fuck, bitch? Just take my blood. This is weird. I'm allowed to have an opinion. I didn't mean to bring you down, but I don't share. I'm not going to smile and pretend that, oh, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, me too. Like, I did that shit for years, bitch. I'm not masking anymore in that sense. No, thank you. I just thought that was weird because, like, my initial reaction would be curiosity, like, oh, why don't you like the sun? You know, like, tell me more. I don't know, something, but no curiosity there, just weirdness. So I thought I would share that. Um, did it feel awkward? No, it did not. The part that always feels awkward for me is when they take my blood and I scrunch up in that stupid chair and I crank my neck to the wall, to the opposite side of the arm they're taking the blood in. And then I always hear that little tee hee hee because I have like 20 tattoos and they're all over my arms. And I always get the, but you've got so many tattoos. How come the needle bothers you and it's just taking blood or giving you a shot? You know how fucking tired I am of telling people it's not the same thing and trying to explain it and nobody ever understanding except for other people who have tattoos? I don't know where that rant came from. Very strange, but um yeah, I just wanted that to be over. That's the awkward part for me because it's like I'm done explaining it. I'm just done. Think what you want. If you don't understand, if you've been doing blood for a while and you haven't come across people with tattoos who act like I do because there are a lot of us, then what is that? What does that say? I don't know. It doesn't say anything, but I'm gonna move on because that means nothing. Anyways, I guess that was all I had to say. What am I at with time? Oh, about normal time for talking about nonsense. So if anybody can relate to anything in here, I always want messages or stuff like so I know it's not just me or whatever. Um, I gotta go now because I have to do more preparing because I have to leave the house in like 45 minutes. Um, okay. For everybody that like drives in the dark regularly, I commend you. Well done on your ability to do this without feeling anxiety, maybe? I don't know. Um, oh my God, I don't want to do this. But I'm going to because she's my wife. Okay. Uh, I'm gonna go now before I embarrass myself further. Thank you very much for listening. Um, goodbye.